taking over, that's a promise, not a threat.
Uppercut season off top, you stop breathing.
And then we got one last topic. So the recap. We got to talk about the return of the Takeover. Take back. He's taking back what's his.
I didn't see no titles exchange. What are you talking about?
Oh well, I mean, he's taking back his livelihood, his integrity.
Oh, okay.
So because his integrity has been, up in question, and that is we're talking about one Teofimo Lopez, so who made his return last night against Campa. So first off, did y'all see any of the undercard?
I watched it all. Yeah, I pretty much watched it all.
You see Duke? What'd you think of Reagan?
He got no power. He got no power or pop. It's gonna be a problem down the line. But he's got talent. But he can't fight on the inside, and his lack of power. He got 7 wins with 1 knockout.
Yeah, he was briefly on Queer Street too when that cat landed a left hook to his temple. Dude did that dance.
That was his toughest fight. Yeah, that definitely to date.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sure. Yeah. I see another that was decent, but he's kind of the other guy. That guy was kind of awkward. That Tony guy was kind of awkward.
I will say this though, it was the first prelim that I felt like it wasn't. I mean, the prelims got actually it
was actually good.
They had to work
matchups, right? It was a good matchups. I felt like on the prelims, it wasn't just jobber versus journeyman knockouts.
Yeah, exactly. And
I would agree. And then of course, we had the young sensation. Puerto Rico's next. This is one Xander Zayas, and he had a good performance. Definitely didn't respect dude. He was getting touched up a little bit more than I wanted him to, but I think he realized early I don't respect this guy's power, and just went through anyway and just said fuck it. So he definitely beat him up, but it was he definitely needs to work on that a little.
Tighten up that right hand, get a little tighter with the defense. I feel you. I felt the same way. That time when he pulled back and got hit with double left hooks and shit, I'm like, nigga.
Yeah, it's too early to be getting hit with all those counters that he was getting hit with like that. It's just keep your hands up and let it take the punch on your arm or some shit like that. Don't eat punches, bro. Be careful because I was waiting for one to actually drop him, not for KO, but for him to get actually get knocked down, but. Dude's power. I will say this though. I mean, he'll probably make a welcome addition to 154 because dude's power was I think his grown man power is definitely in right now.
He's 19. See, I was questioning it because he wasn't getting stoppages like he was at welterweight. But the stoppage itself was a little suspect. But
yeah, Mara kind of fucked up again because personally, that wasn't the point where he should have stopped it. But Mara just dude stood up. He wasn't wobbling. He was clear eyed. He was ready to fight. But Mara was just waved that shit up. That was. More
trash referee.
Kind of funny that you don't get that Gary Antoine Russell Barthélemy smoke for that, but that was just as bad to me.
It was. I seen Breadman made a comment where he was like, "Damn, people can't get knocked down anymore."
Nope.
I mean, it's like the amateurs, because the amateur refs usually, if you get knocked down, they'll do the full count, and then they just wave that shit up, even though the fighter regained his bearings. And that's how it's starting to look now in the pros.
Yeah, if you get dropped more than 3 times, that's it. And it's I'm old school. I remember a fight, motherfuckers be dropped 8 times, 6 times, 4 or 5 times. What is this shit? Motherfucker could get dropped 7 times and get up the last time and knock you out. So
right.
Get these fucking refs a damn. Let them see Zepeda burn check again or something. Ahmed Kelly,
yeah, or even fucking Zepeda and Baranchek. Them niggas went down 4 times each before the ref, had to wave up when Baranchek let a fighter go unconscious.
Yeah, that's the fight I meant to say. I don't know. I know I said Baranchek, but it's Zepeda Baranchek I'm talking about. Yeah,
that was crazy though.
Yeah, and shit Hamed Kelly with multiple knockdowns because they think the world is over with a knockdown now.
Right.
Tell me about it. But the main event, of course, Teofimo came back. What y'all think? How'd y'all think he looked overall?
I'd say I give him a B-. I thought I don't know the power. I don't know if his power is questionable going on one because some of the shots he would have landed on a 135 guy at that level. He probably would have slept him earlier, So we'll see how he adapts. I think he needs to pick his shots wiser and probably shoot from the outside more. Because I'll give him a B-. I thought he boxed well enough. I mean, the guy was there to be knocked out, so I wasn't overly impressed, but I wasn't down on it.
Before you continue, I'm just reading Anthony Manzano's comment. We did read your last comment. We did talk about your last comment about Tyson Fury. The one where it says back to Tyson Fury. The issue with him and the reason I say he might be forced to retire is because the promoter he works for MTK Global, is under investigation by Interpol. Yeah, we mentioned that he's not going to be forced. He can't be forced to retire off that. At best, he's only gonna. He probably won't fight in America. Like, he's probably on the no-fly to America, but he can always fight where he is now.
Remember, that's why he tried to do that Derek Chisora third fight that nobody wanted to see.
Right. That shit wouldn't fly in America, but it'll fly in England because Chisora is like, he's like the lovable loser, like a Frank Bruno type guy.
He's a draw. He's a draw out there for sure.
Yeah.
And then remember, he was saying something about not getting the contract and all of that, and Tyson Fury saying he had, dude was asking for too much money, fucking retired. He was trying to get a new trainer. Like, it's so much shit, man. Like,
it wasn't me or Barbosa was looking a little desperate out there with,
Yeah. They had Barbosa. They showed Barbosa talking to Oscar and his current lady of the evening, and then all that stuff. And then Teofimo didn't mention not one thing about him. Like, he should be next too.
But I think Tio needs a level like him, but he needs another tune-up before he goes for the big trucks at 140.
No, fuck that.
Huh. He's ready?
Dude, Campa was tune-up enough. Like, look, Campa was on a winning streak, puncher, and he's a natural 140.
Right. And Campa was actually doing good work in the first 2 or 3 rounds, but then he just couldn't handle Teofimo's speed and then the power. Teofimo's power, I think, does translate because he was busting Campa up. Like, it wasn't. Yeah,
he was hurting Campa. Like, Campa, I don't know what the damn commentary team was watching. Like, he was, Campa wasn't just eating those like that. Campa was feeling those shots.
Yeah, his eyes were well shut for, towards the end of that fight. His eyes were fucked.
Yeah, like Teofimo definitely a problem at 140. The thing is, it's like both guys' defense was like kind of, because he was putting in work on Tio and hitting Tio with shots where I'm like, damn, Tio, you ain't even supposed to be getting hit with that.
Right. A couple few times, yeah.
Yeah, because they were like in spurts. One was in the corner. I'm like, oh, damn, he started beating his ass in the corner.
Yeah. He got decent Philly shell defense, but it's he needs to rely on just keep his hand.
Yeah, I don't think it's decent at all. Like he
needs to keep his left hand up more because his left hand being down like that. Yeah, that's how he got dropped against Kambosos.
Yeah.
Pretty much. Yeah, he let Kambosos land a lead overhand right over his shell and drop him. So it's like it's not that decent.
Yeah, it wasn't. I mean, against that jobber, it looked decent enough, but yeah.
Yeah, but the thing is, that's why it's like wasn't a like he got the stoppage though. But yeah, I mean, I think his defense was just lackadaisical. I don't know, it's just because they mentioned too he only sparred for like 2 weeks before the fight. Like he didn't do a lot of serious sparring.
But he fought explosive, like. Yeah, that's that offense. I think Anthony, mob question. Why does it seem that the guys like Tio and Virgil seem to get infatuated with their power when they turned pro, when they were natural boxers in the amateur? Headgear's off and people believe in their power. Shit.
Right.
You see the results right away.
I mean, even Wilder wasn't a puncher in the amateurs like that. It's just different because the amateur system is different. Knockouts don't really, if you use your jab and you move around stuff like that. Like the amateurs, some of them, that's just how it goes. And then in the pros, some of them, if they have the right trainer and can turn them to pro style, then they become punchers. Like it happens.
And yeah, Anthony, I don't know if I believe that about the esophagus shit, but I'm a little iffy on that, to be honest.
Yeah, because the way because the torn
esophagus keeps getting worse now. Torn esophagus, like get the fuck out of here.
Yeah. I mean, I'll say this. I mean, he could have still been suffering from maybe the effects of the COVID shit or whatever, and I can believe that. But
I don't doubt he was sick. Like I believe he really was sick.
But a torn esophagus, like, because even then, at the end of that fight with Kambosos, dude still did his fucking flips and shit like that, where he should have been escorted out of the ring immediately to the hospital if he was having trouble breathing.
Yeah.
He did the flip without all the cameras, like.
Right.
But he did the flip. It's kind of funny.
It's kind of sad, but
it's kind of funny how he was celebrating so much.
Yeah, I was like, dude,
after the Campa fight.
Like, dude,
that's why I know he was sick, because when you get a fever, you're delirious. He really was on some shit. So yeah.
Yeah, and he got busted up in that performance. But the torn esophagus shit is just like, it's hard.
Yeah, I don't know. That might look like a reach.
Yeah,
I don't believe it at all, honestly. It's becoming ridiculous now.
Like they would have had to rush him to the hospital. Like they would have had to put on.
You're gonna feel something like that, man. There's certain pains in your body you just can't disguise. You can't just go on. And if you're getting punched in the face and you have anything wrong with your esophagus, you know how much you're gonna fucking feel that, like.
Right.
Yeah, how much a jabber hurt.
Yeah, exactly.
And he was getting jabbed, like.
And
exactly.
He had full on viral post, fight after he lost. Like, come on, you can't be talking like that. It's all fucked up. I don't know.
Like, I don't know what's with ESPN and Top Rank always trying to excuse all these losses from everybody at lightweight, and they go like back to back, like. Like y'all try to exclude the Salido loss. Shout out to Pat.
Yes, that's it.
Yeah, y'all try to
excuse the
downplay the Loma loss.
His shoulders, arm.
Yeah.
As for last night, I didn't think he looked bad. I think he still has some things he needs to improve on. He needs a new trainer, first off. It seemed like at times he was kind of fighting like it reminded me of the Kambosos fight. Like a little bit, where he was winging on shots, and then it was just like if it wasn't affecting Campa, he would just wing harder. Like there was one, I think it was like the 8th round or something like that, where he wung the left hook so hard that he like damn near almost fucking spun around. I was like, what? Like he was doing way too much. He needs to be like as the fight went on, he got a little bit calmer. He kind of toned it down a little bit, but like it was just way too much. He just didn't really have a whole game. Like he needed to do a better game plan. Just calm down, settle down. He counter punches well, but he was just too aggressive and just too. It's hard to explain. You get what I'm saying, right?
Yeah. Basically, he didn't. I don't think he respected Campa enough to be what he beat Campa and probably fighting at maybe 75-80% of his ability. Really. That's the way I saw it, and Campa didn't do anything otherwise to make him pay for a lot of his mistakes. Yeah,
because Campa needed to be more active, more assertive, but I think the power was making him hesitant, and like King P said, like when Teofimo would go into his little spurts where he's like, okay, after I did a little offense, it seemed like I rocked him a little bit. Let me lay back a little. Campa would get his offense off. Teo will eat that, or he'll take those, and then he'll come back and he'll throw a big showy right hand, left hook, or whatnot. Like it was the same fight over. It was the same shit over and over, really.
Right, exactly. So I would say that's why I was like a fight with someone like maybe a Barbosa will be interesting to see. If Teo can maybe clear.
Yeah, because look at this 140 is too fucking stacked. So it's like you can't take another fight like Campa. Campa's Campa, but the next fight, you're absolutely right, should be fucking Barbosa Jr.
Right.
It basically is going to be Barbosa. Like they wanted it the first time, and then Teo's team kind of backed off. But I definitely think that's going to be the next fight, him and Barbosa. Yeah, he's high up in the rankings too, like high enough. So it's like. Yeah, it just makes too much sense at this point. I wouldn't give anything more than that. If he can't handle Barbosa, then yeah.
Yeah, I feel like that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
is a good barometer to see where he's at 140.
Because can you deal with somebody who could really box and has size, but might not gonna hurt you, but
yeah. And it's safe enough because like you mentioned, you don't have that pop. He won't hurt to you. I don't see him hurting to you.
No, I can see him sneaking something in there I mean, because Kambosos ain't no big puncher.
Yeah,
He-
Kambosos
I was
is
thinking that
a
was him.
puncher, and Kambosos busted him up. So it's like,
Yeah, so I think, and this is the thing, Barbosa Jr., he's a big guy, like 140. He's a real natural, like, and if Ocampa let his hands go, he probably could have did more damage on Tio.
yeah, he could have. And then that's why I'm just looking at Manzano's question. Do you want the next fight for Lopez to be at 140? I'm looking at Matias or Zepeda. It's not gonna be Zepeda.
Yeah, definitely not.
Matias is probably also a different. I cannot see PBC putting him unless they're like 1 and 2 for the IBF belt. Matias is on the road to try to get the IBF title shot, the vacant belt. So yeah, I mean, it would be nice, if I saw a Lopez Matias fight, but that's a long shot. So things would have to go crazy, for that fight to be made.
I don't see it. Yeah, most realistically, Top Rank and PBC ain't working together for that kind of fight.
Yeah, and Zepeda. I mean, it has a better chance of happening, but now Zepeda and Prograis are penciled in for the other vacant title. I mean, unless Prograis pulls some nonsense and doesn't go for it, then that's the only reason why. I probably see a Zepeda Lopez fight, and it could happen, but certain things will have to fall first. Matias fight, too many things have to fall, and then that's not going to happen anytime soon. I wouldn't hold my breath on that one.
But like I saw Regis commenting on it on the fight. He's like, Teo's food for the higher people at 140 if he fights like this. So they're noticing. So
Yeah.
I honestly think he needs a new trainer. Like, I don't know why he left Gamach, but like his dad's not doing it for him.
His dad wants to be all up in this.
His dad, T Diddy,
all up in the videos.
T Diddy, yeah.
T Diddy.
When he won the fight, and then he went in front.
Honestly, like his dad might have to recognize that he should just place himself as like an assistant or motivational support and have someone else.
He's no Angel Garcia, that's for sure.
So, no. Senior, I mean, it's like I've talked to him, like person face, like Senior has a real energy about him that's like it's a dark energy with him, like just being around him, like dude, you just don't know what he's thinking or doing, but it's just he has a really dark energy around him, and I just think. And it shows up in its various ways. Like even in the random videos, the videos of him dancing with Teofimo or talking this type of shit, or or bogarting the mic and shit. Like his energy is very different from Angel Garcia. Angel Garcia will say what he has to say and then step to the left. Dude,
go ahead.
Okay.
No, go ahead. I was noticing MOB's comment. I was going to comment on it. He's like, did you guys notice, like I did, it seemed like Lopez seemed more calm and collected during this fight compared to Ortiz, who was very jittery in the first few rounds. I don't know. It seems to be a thing with Ortiz. I don't agree. I don't think Lopez was really that calm. I thought he got frustrated at times where it was like...
Yeah, he was a little hype at moments, yeah.
He calmed down later on.
Yeah.
With Virgil, I don't think it's that Virgil is jittery like Virgil Ortiz. I think that's kind of how Virgil is. One thing I've noticed about Virgil is Virgil's not a thinker. He's a go out there and do it. He's not going to think about what he's going to do. He's just going to seek and destroy. So it comes off as he's jittery, but that's just kind of his style, which is why I think he's a nightmare matchup for most of the guys at 147, because he's not a thinker, he's a doer.
Right.
He's not going to give you time to fucking think, oh, well, he's doing this, so I'm going to do this. No, you're not going to be thinking about it because he's going to be too busy up in your ass the whole time.
Pause.
So, yeah. I don't agree with the jittery thing with Ortiz, but I get it. I get what you're saying.
Yeah, because, I mean, this is the thing. And I agree with King P. When you say jittery or nervous, I think of Jermaine Taylor.
Yes.
Somebody who couldn't settle down, who carries himself fast, and he was a 9-round, 8-round fighter, honestly, because of it.
Right.
Beat Hopkins twice for it, but I'm just saying, yeah, Virgil Ortiz is just reactive style, which is good. You don't want to. I don't think he's jittery. And in his last fight, he was against a guy who he had to do feints and look jittery with because the movement, the angles, a spoiler. So
Right.
You want a guy to be moving and juking and shifting and kind of looking for different looks if you're a pressure fighter and you're trying to track somebody down and cut the ring off.
Right, because you can't, because a spoiler, that's the perfect way to beat a spoiler, because you can't let us, if the spoiler has to think your moves, then then the playing field is like level.
Yeah, compare how Virgil Ortiz looked to how David Lemieux looked against Saunders.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody just in one type of motion, not cutting on the ring, just trying to seek somebody. Whereas Virgil Ortiz, you can see like he's not thinking, but it's like he's reading the situation.
Right.
Like he already has like the patterns scripted in his head how to approach and break dude down. So it's interesting to see him get going, man.
Mm-hmm. So Teofimo is a welcome addition to 140. I look forward to hopefully that one thing not just physically. I hope he really gets his mind right, because just all the shit that he's saying, like led to the interviews and to this fight and everything like that. Dude still doesn't have a real strong grasp on reality just yet. Like Kambosos still lives rent free in his fucking head. It doesn't help that Kambosos, talks that shit to him every single time, tells him to stop bitching. Then he just doubles down with some of the other shit that's going on in his life. And I get it, fighters are human too. They have all these mental problems or whatever. They have problems just like everyone else. And his problems have been very much publicized. Like Top Rank has not shied away from doing that for whatever reason. But it's just
asking him about his wife and family and all that shit. His mom.
That interview was cringe. I was like, why are you asking this man about his child and shit like that?
They need to stop that. They honestly need to stop that. They're only making it worse. They're only going to make it worse.
Yeah, and you can tell too when he was doing that. Like, dude was just trying not to snap on dude or try you can tell that you can tell that he was just like. He was grinding his teeth a little bit, and then
he's like, "Really?"
Yeah. It's like, he puts his own problems out there. His promoter doesn't need to help him with that. Like, don't. Yeah. It's fucking weird what they're doing with him. But I just hope, something, he gets his mind right and gets it on the business. Because to his core, he's an entertaining fighter. He does have some skill, does have power. Like, you don't want to see someone's problems end up getting in the way and curtailing a career that has promise still. Especially for a guy who's once unified and lineal champion of a division. So just hope he gets his shit together. But that remains to be seen.
We'll see. But and 140 is not 140 is not the division to not have your mind right. So, get your mind right, or somebody's gonna beat your mind out of your head. So
you want to play around and wait around for title shots and fuck off. Just eat a Philly cheese and go to 147.
Right.
On Box Rick, on December 10th, he'll be fighting again. It's already slotted again.
For Heisman night.
For the Heisman night, so hopefully we'll see. That's good, because it's crazy if you look at Teofimo, like compared to how many times he fought 2017, 18, 19. It's kind of ridiculous compared to the layoff he's been having. But that happens when you come up, I guess.
Yeah, and truthfully, like, and the fact that he's a turnaround like that, I mean, that's great. You know what I'm saying? Like,
no, it's great. Yeah, it's great.
Yeah, I mean, these dudes need to get to these, 3 a year, but I'll take 2, especially from. They're good opponents, and Campa was a solid opponent. So,
right.
Hopefully, we get a better one next time. And hey,
Barboza, I'm hoping for Barboza. I just want somebody to challenge now, Teo, because I still wonder. I still have a question mark of, and this is important at 140 especially. Does Teo, as now the young kids now say, does he have that dog in him? Because we don't know if he has that dog in him, and he's gonna need to have that dog in him if he's gonna be
at 140.
Yeah,
right.
And when I hear stuff like, and it bothers me when I hear stuff like him admitting that in fights in the past that he was almost ready to quit.
Yeah, he was mentioning about the Kambosos fight too.
That's certain shit you just don't say out loud. Like, damn.
because now it's bad because and I'm pretty sure LB once said this, like, because I think I forgot who I was talking about. I think we were talking about somebody you like has a quitting mentality, and I'm like, no, I think it's more frustrated than outright quitting. And you said, oh well, frustrated can always turn into quitting if somebody can just the right person can do it. It's like,
I know that's definitely something I would say.
Yeah,
like frustration is fighting frustrated, and you're just one level below quitting. You just need that push. So it's like now I'm wondering
if Trout Mel went 15 rounds, who wins that?
right.
Yep. So it's just like I don't know. Like now, if Taylor were to fight a guy like a Josh Taylor or a Regis Prograis, they're gonna put everything on him. I could see them even like fighting dirty and just really frustrating the fuck out of him. Like I don't know why he said that. Like he should have never said that. I felt like quitting.
Yeah, because now because fighters are gonna test his temperature even more with that shit. So it's gonna be like, hey, you said you're ready to quit. Well, let's see if you're gonna hold true to that.
I mean, I think they'll provide fun fights for him. I think Taylor's gonna be a guy that's gonna have entertaining fights. Sometimes for the wrong reason because unfortunately with the trainers in his camp, like he doesn't really have he doesn't make good adjustments. So it's like his adjustment is just fight harder. So that makes for good fights, but that's also not the best thing for you, like in the end result. So we'll see.
But yeah, welcome to 140 Teofimo Lopez.
So I think we've.
Let me ask you this, because I was thinking about it as a poll, but I don't know. But
go ahead.
Whose 140 debut were you more impressed by, Ryan Garcia or Teofimo Lopez?
Oh, good lord!
Oh man.
I think if you want to look just aesthetically, Ryan's performance was more aesthetically pleasing, but it was against fucking Fortuna, who couldn't even make 135, and that's why they had to have it at 140, and he just looked like a fucking shell of himself.
Yeah.
So like Campa was more game than Fortuna, and that's not saying much.
That's natural 140. I think Ryan might have more impressive performance, but if it was Teo versus Ryan as a matchup, I'd pick Teo to beat Ryan Garcia. But that's
actually a good matchup, actually. Like
I don't Ryan even know if I'm sure if Teo even beats Ryan like that now.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like Ryan has a lot of, like, for all the shit that I give Ryan has a lot of tools that would really, really like frustrate the fuck out of Teo, and he could hurt him badly.
Yes.
So, his problem is his footwork is so fucking god awful.
His chin's out there still, bro. I think
that too.
Yeah,
chin's out.
But you keep a guy like Ryan in his lane and have him just be a walk down destroyer.
Yeah,
and just make slight improvements on the defense and certain shit. Straighten out some wrinkles. Certain guys you can't turn them into anything else. Like I would train Ryan Garcia's like do little footwork drill bursts and shit so he could get first, like good fast steps.
A little more nimble.
A little more nimble, but his footwork is always gonna be like I don't think he's gonna turn into Ali. So I mean, I'm not even gonna hope no more.
Also fast.
Yeah, I get it, but it's like
still room for improvement, though. I agree on that.
It's a level, like Ryan's footwork to me is like slightly a level above Benavidez is, who looks like he just throws punches in quicksand. Like,
yeah, I agree.
But yeah, so definitely needs some improvement. But I think we had enough for today. I think that's all the topics. So LB, final thoughts.
We had a great show. Shout out to Broadway Joel.
Yes,
the Dominican voice of boxing, the voice of Dominican boxing. Y'all make sure y'all check him out. Follow him on Twitter and YouTube. I don't know if he's on IG, Facebook, all the other shit, but
he's on IG. He's on IG.
Okay, y'all follow him on IG as well. I mean, y'all do the damn thing.
Word.
This a great weekend of boxing. See, I like everything's so crazy for me. Like, I didn't even know the Joshua Usyk fight was the same day. And now I don't even feel bad about hitting the Broner fight like that. Like, because I could just chill, watch Usyk and like, yeah, I mean, and then you got the fight. So I fucks with that. That's what's up. But World is out now, streaming everywhere. Spotify, Tidal, YouTube, Google, Apple, Deezer, Tencent, all of that shit. Make sure y'all check out the TikTok. Always putting up videos. Like, y'all make sure y'all follow that. The IG, the Twitter, Facebook, we everywhere, man. Just represent. Shout out to Podomatic and Anchor. And just keep rocking with us, man. RingGameRadio.com. You know what it is, man. Shuttleworth to God. Go artists. World is out. Y'all know what it do, man.
Yes, sir.
That's what it is. Pilot, final thoughts.
You know what it is. Ring Game Radio all day, every day. Shouts out to Broadway Joel of the Boxeo Dominicano. I'm kind of shocked. I think I'm the only one on this panel that picked Usyk to beat AJ, but I can't wait for that fight. Can't wait for have all my screens ready for all the combat sports that's on this coming weekend, and you know what it is. Check out World is Up Fire album, and check us out on every platform imaginable at Ringing Radio, starting with our Twitter, YouTube, TikTok, the website ringingradio.com, and you know what it is, man. Check us out. We're the GOATs.
That's what it is. We are the GOATs. Pat, final thoughts.
Oh man, but yeah, it was like I said, you got kind of spoiled with the the one boxing a week, one boxing every Saturday, and now we have like 3 really, really good fights that are happening next week. I can't wait for that, just to do everything, and then zone out for the rest of the day and watch boxing and eat bad. Of course, since I'm a Joshua fan, I'm gonna be watching this shit like. God, I'll probably be watching that shit with my hands clasped and shit like that, or with a couple of beers on my table. But it's all good though. But yeah, I'm just happy that boxing is now back on. It's now kicking back up again. As summer is going to be dying, as summer's dying down and whatnot. And yeah, and definitely shout out to Broadway Joel for coming on there and represent. Even though he was kind of even though he had a couple of violations, wanted to remove me from my own podcast. That was kind of unacceptable, but it's all right though. I'm like I said though, it is what it is, man. Because hell, I mean, I might have to go on his show and I might have to tell him, especially if both Puello and Garcia lose, I might have to go on the show to return the favor.
Oh wow.
Oh my God.
That'll be crazy because like they're gonna win, man. But we'll see.
Yeah, I have to return. I'm all about returning energy, and I'll do that. I'll do that all day. Every
you better
day
make sure Joshua wins too, though.
I was gonna say, if Joshua don't win, then that energy is gonna be straight return to sender.
What's gonna happen is LB's gonna shit talk me, and then I'm gonna have to like roast him again, roast him on some boxing shit again, and then
again. I'm trying to think like to say again, it has to happen already.
I mean, I'm pretty sure
no one can roast me on no boxing shit. I'm the god, nigga.
I might have to call him a couple hoes and shit like Michael Jordan used to do with his Bulls teammates. I might have to keep doing that a whole bunch because he's gonna roast. He's gonna get at me.
I am beautiful. People call me hoe. Like,
oh Lord.
Yeah, it's the culture. He knows I mean well, but it's just I have to return energy. But
let me ask you this though. Fuck it. Let me ask you this: if you had to choose who would lose Saturday, the 2 Dominicans or Joshua, which one?
Nigga, the 2 Dominicans, the fuck?
Because I didn't know what type of shit talking you wanted to get. That's why. So.
Well, no, here's gonna be focused. I mean, if it was Joel, I'd have to because I think he wants Joshua. I think he picked Joshua to actually beat Usyk. So
Yeah.
I can't shit talk him on that. It's just the two divisions. But I know if Joshua loses, I know you're gonna get at me. So I mean, I already know.
Nah, like I
Nigga, your mind is deviant. You're gonna get at me. It's like, yo, this nigga passed me. You're gonna sit there and write all this shit so you can say to me once Joshua loses. And then
damn, and it's like the thunder. I don't know if y'all heard the thunder clap, like like that shit. Like even God was like, yeah, I mean, like he ain't lying. Like I'm like, I ain't gonna get at him that much. Like
this nigga LB has a deviant mind, bro.
No, honestly, we only got at him for the Ruiz shit. Like truthfully, we got at him. Like Usyk, I was more upset at Joshua did to get at him because I felt like you give us a borderline fight of the year by fighting the wrong fight to the point where people think you were trash and overrated because you got wobbled and hurt at the end when you fought your heart out and gave us a great fight. Like I don't know, that's why I don't get the whole, like, I don't think I got at you. Like, I mean, yeah, I teased you a little bit, but like,
yeah, that's
I wanted Joshua to win, like, Yeah. But you always gonna get a little teasing, but I be hurting with the teasing. It's one of those, like, your little brother fails at track or basketball or something, but like you mess with him a little bit, but deep down you're hurting a little because you wanted that nigga to win. But
right, yeah, and in fact, I'm not in a position to put LB in the front face lock, so so that's the only reason why.
Oh my god!
You can't throw me across a car. But if he was coming for the Broner fight, he possibly could have.
Yeah, if I was going down to because the Broner fight, it is in his neighborhood, so it's like if I was going down for that shit. And then he decided to shit talking about Joshua. Yeah, I would have to
throw me in a water fountain or some shit.
Yeah, yeah, I would have to front face lock him a little bit and just until his mind was right. Either that or the blood gets cut off from his carotid. Whatever's first. So, but yeah, other than that, yeah, salute to him, salute to the people who joined us today, salute to, the other members of Ring Gang, and then the fans, the ones who, that keep, commenting on our shit. Like I saw the comments from the podcast that I missed about Eminem and whatnot. Looks like I listened to some of it, and that shit was like, I missed a good one. I would have definitely added my 2 cents for that one. So.
You missed a classic. Oh my god, no, that was a good one.
Yeah, y'all still feel strongly about that white boy, man. You would think that 20 something years in the game, Eminem, but no, he's still polarizing to this very day.
Facts.
Yeah, but yeah, shout out to y'all, for keep supporting us, especially just go to our website and our YouTube, tell your friends about us so they can sub and listen and all that good stuff so we can all be friends, man, because we do the shit for y'all, man. And yeah, all I gotta say is there's definitely more in store, man. So so stay tuned. And that's my final thought.
No doubt, I ain't got much more to say. Follow us on everywhere: YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. Just check out the website, ringgangradio.com. We got a great weekend of boxing coming up. So much fun-filled fights. And I'm excited. I'm excited for, the possible fights down the line, because I feel like we're going to get a really good end of the year of boxing. So I'm manifesting it. I don't like to say that word, but I'm manifesting a good final stretch of boxing. So,
yes, sir.
So we're getting there sooner than you think. We're already in August, so 4 months left. So
I mean, it is probable, highly probable, and it is possible.
Yes.
So yeah.
So, but other than that, check out LB's World. It's out now. So if you ain't listened yet, man, go stop sleeping on the God. You know what I'm saying?
You probably, if you don't listen to it yet, you probably box and punch and average 20 punches a round. If you listen to this shit, I promise you'll look like fucking prime Paul Williams and shit. You're like fucking Margarito.
Hey,
all them niggas that be throwing the 100 punches around. You be fucking Sam Solomon in this bitch.
Word.
But other than that, I ain't got much more to say. So, you know what I'm saying? For my man, Pat Scorpio,
Yes,
New England
sir.
representative. For Conscious Pilot. And for the GOAT artist, LB. And, of course, myself, King P, Bodega P. It's been another episode, wonderful episode of Real Talk. Where if shit's real, we talk about it. So until next time, peace.
Peace.